So, as the title suggests, the sparrow does indeed still fly. Now, I have literally went and grabbed my good earbuds that I use for Rainbow Six Siege to record this. So, I watched the court ruling, and thank God it ruled in Johnny's favor. For the amount of people who stood up for him, even after shit was falling down. His own ex-wife, sitting there saying like he's never been abusive. His co-workers slash co-actors, I don't know if there's a difference between that. Sitting there saying, no, he's never been an asshole towards us. He's never been an asshole in front of us. He's never done anything. He's an amazing guy. I don't know why someone would do this. The fact that people were out there still believing Amber Heard is a setback in this world. Now, I have an image here pulled up from what I can assume is her tweet. This is on the Poor Man's Podcast on YouTube. It was posted 5 hours ago. This is how selfish she is. These are her words, by the way. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence that was still not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It is a setback. It set back the clock to a time when a woman spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Now, I want to pause right there because this is a very touchy subject. So, if you are very touchy to the subject, this is a word that rhymes with the fruit grapes. If you are on that very touchy subject and you don't like hearing about that, I do recommend you leave because this is something that's personally happened in my life that I helped put a stop to. But if you choose to stay in here, that is fine. In the court, it is hard to trust anything. Okay? You don't know what's truly a truth or what's really a lie. And in this case, for what I'm about to bring up, and I know this is probably a little off topic, but you'll see the connection in a bit. Me and my little brother had a babysitter. This was back when he was like 3 or 4, if not a little bit younger. And we had this babysitter. Now, if it was not for me, he would probably still be out and about. I'm not even sure if he's still locked up or not. I'm hoping he is. But at first, I thought it was my friend telling me jokes, being a typical, guy, but he'd be like, oh, bro, this is what's going on with your brother. You need to go put a stop to it. But you go out there, nothing's going on. He did this a lot, and I thought nothing of it. Well, one day, me and my little brother got left in this babysitter's care. His name was Jesse Howard. He did what I said rhymes with grapes towards my little brother. He did. And I would have been next, if not a willing victim without knowing, if I wasn't, if I wasn't me. I'm a guy. We all know what I'm trying to hint at without trying to sound weird. We all know what's going on. I knew what he was showing me on the TV. And he asked me, do I know what it is? And I said, no. Playing innocent. Like, I don't have my phone. Like, I don't know what that is. And he goes, well, you know what's said in this house stays in this house. Like, what's said in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I said, yeah. And I can still remember his threat to this very day. If you tell anyone, I will kill your friends, your family, your dogs, you, anyone and anything you cared for will be lost. And no one will know. I told my mom. I told my mother what was going on. Granted, I didn't mean to. I kind of shouted a bit too loud over the music towards my friend, saying like, dude, what you were saying was true. I thought you were just messing with me. So what do we do? Do we tell the cops? What do we do? I'm a little kid, I'm still in school, and like, I didn't know what to do in that scenario. My mom ended up hearing, we ended up getting him arrested, and he should still be locked up. In the court of law, women, especially extreme feminists, not all feminists, but extreme feminists who care about women's rights only when it's convenient, will sit there and argue that men don't get raped. Then tell that to my face. Tell that to my face, because what she is saying that now, since any woman can come out with a claim, this is proof. All a woman had to do was make a claim, false allegations, all these things, ruin a man's career in a heartbeat. Johnny Depp lost so much because of an allegation that was not true. He was being abused. She was the abuser. But she is the type of person to sit there and say, men don't get this to them. Why? Because we're men. And that's what's really upsetting about this. Now, I'm sorry that this doesn't feel like it connects, but it's just what she said there is it's a setback for women is a rather upsetting thing to say, because you're sitting there saying that, okay, so now if any woman sits there and say, oh my god, Johnny Depp did it to me, and it could just be some local woman who has no fucking notoriety to her name at all. She's not fucking Amber Heard. She's not freaking any other Kardashian. She's no one recognizable. She's just some Starbucks coffee person, right? And she could sit there and say that Johnny Depp did that stuff to her as well. And then repeat the cycle, because why? Women accused. There was videos out there where a woman accused 10 separate men of raping her. And they all went to jail. Only for them to serve out their sentence. Only then for evidence to be proven up after she also admits to these crimes that none of it was true. They lost years of their lives, years with their kids, family. Because, when it comes to taking kids away, the court will always favor the woman because mother knows best. Because it's always seen as the man is the toxic one. He's always toxic and masculine, toxic masculinity. What about the toxic women who have killed their children for clout? Did you hear? I'm not sure if anyone knows this. There was a woman who literally was pumping salt into her son for clout. I am not joking. Pull it up. She gave her own son salt poisoning. But men are the bad ones, right? It's always just us. Continuing on with her, whatever this is, I'm assuming it's a tweet. I believe Johnny's attorney succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. You had your freedom of speech, but what you did with it, first off, is you abused it, like he did Johnny. And that's a short blow joke, but all seriousness, you did abuse your right to speech. You did. You ruined it on your own accord, because everything you said was lies. There was a TikTok where I saw this woman go for word what you did, where you fell down the stairs. You looked at Johnny and turned around and said, "Why did you push me?" Oh yes, because anyone with a sane brain is just going to say that. I am sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. Hold on. But like, yeah. That's my personal thing. And now, whether anyone chooses to believe it or not, that is fine. That is fine. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on Google just to back myself up. I can't even spell. Jesus. Well, shit, I don't even know if it made it to the news then. There's a lot of stuff about girls getting it, but no, nothing about my little brother. What the fuck? I'm thinking this is mainstream news ones that I'm seeing, nothing article-wise. It was on the fucking radio, at least. At least it was there. That kind of upsets me, but nonetheless, though, people like her will sit there and break a man down, ruin his defenses, ruin everything that keeps him true and honorable, just because in the court of law, by default, she has the higher cards. Her attorneys constantly interrupted him over shit when he's trying to answer the question. They'd be like, objection, hearsay, or something stupid. I personally grew up watching Pirates of the Caribbean. I've watched Sweeney Todd multiple times. I've watched, what was it, Finger Guys, Edward Scissorhand. I watched Willy Wonka. I grew up on this man. When I didn't have a, and this is, someone's gonna make a joke, and this is your time to do it. When I didn't have a dad, he was my idol. He was my idol. He was my dad. Why? Because in my eyes, he was showing me the right thing to do in these scenarios. Minus, well, Willy Wonka in Sweeney Todd. Okay, maybe there's some takes to be taken out, but the point is he stayed true to himself. He didn't back down because he knew he wasn't in the wrong. There was actually a video that I saw on, it was on my Google page for my gaming info, and it was just random news too, where a girl talked to him and asked him why his finger was hurt while he was cosplayed as the Great Sparrow. And I'm going to say this on the fly, right without even having to truly think, goes, I ate it. Instead of telling the little girl, oh, I accidentally cut it off on a door or anything, he made an easy lie for the little girl to believe. He even went so far as like it was, the nail was tough to chew through though. He stayed true. He could have been like, none of your business or anything, and he didn't. Why? Because he didn't think of himself and his situation. He thought of the child and the info that she should hear versus what she shouldn't. What she should have heard was exactly what he did. I ate it. Not, what you see, sweetheart, you're not gonna, probably remember this, but it got fucking cut off. This is why I try to not really associate with people that kind of do this shit. I just try not to. I've had allegations upon me, which is why I've always recorded in these videos for like GTA and Siege, and you hear me basically explaining my entire video in under 20 minutes, because I would rather tell my part and everything that's happening and what you're going to see and tell my story right there versus some 2-year-old sitting there being like, actually, your video ends at the halfway mark. It's clearly not true. You clearly started the fight or the drama or this or that. Like, no. And that's why I've always done that. Now I'm on the Elden Ring content. I'm on New Game 4. I'm enjoying the game. But in the end, I'm glad the great captain walks among us once more. I really am. Even if this gets no views, no likes, I don't care. I just want to speak my part. And if you are a new viewer, honestly, don't subscribe. Don't. Because I don't want it to seem like I'm wanting clout. Because I don't. Now, if you do sub, then that's fine. You went off my words because you're on free person, whatever need be. My point is, though, is I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for clout. If I wanted clout, I could have told the story about my little brother months ago, years ago even. And I could have gotten pity clout. But the fact that I have a story that kind of connects towards what she has said, It's nothing short but of amazing. That's what hurts in this world, is people like her. All they have to do is say, oh, this guy that's literally with his son literally shopping groceries doesn't even know I exist. Yeah, he assaulted me. Him and his little boy both assaulted me. And you know what? That man's probably getting fucking handcuffed. And that's the sad part of this world. That is this world. I'm Demon Blade 198. It's going on 3 a.m. I'm 4 minutes off 3 a.m. But yeah. I'm happy that he is getting the justice he deserves. Liam, honestly, I just hope more and more people like Johnny, whether you are not a notable person, like you could not exist to the public eye, right? Like you could be someone like me. Okay? If you have a story like this, speak up. Because whether the law and the world wants to admit it or not, we get this shit too. Johnny Depp is a proven case that we are treated unfairly. I'm gonna end my video here. I probably said that earlier. I'm brain dead right now because I'm tired. So if I said my outro already, I've said it. But I wanted to speak my part on this because I just watched a video that was 5 hours ago of it all, and I'm just happy that he's getting what he deserves. So who knows? Maybe the great captain will once again sail on the top of his boat sail until it sinks into the ocean, only to step onto a pier. And let's hope the fucking god Amber Heard does not get into Aquaman 2. I didn't watch Aquaman 1 just because it didn't look like it was my kind of thing. Now I don't want to watch it. So yeah, peace everyone.